a big part of the power of hospitality is storytelling. So you have to set up your team to tell remarkable stories, stories that others will tell months, weeks, and years later. I built this bar in Annapolis. It's in a 120-year-old mansion basement, and it's all brick and wood and everything else. But in this room down here, and in most rooms in the house that we entertain in and teach in and so forth, anywhere I stand on the floor, there are 8 things in the room, 8 props that I can tell a story about. I can draw somebody to me, I find out what they like. So right behind me now, there's a wall of pictures up of people you'd know, probably 80% of the people in the industry. There's one with me and Dale DeGroff, there's Julio Bermejo and his mentor, the guys that I motorbike with a few times a year in Mexico. And they say, oh yeah, I love Guillermo Saez and all that. And then over here, we've got stuff from like the motorcycle club. Dissect, find out who people are, what they like, and then we take them through that, and then tell them the story. So during peak hours, there's a short story that's only like 10-15% of the story, and then in off-peak, we've got the full story that's only 5 or 6 really cool data points that connect them emotionally to that, and suddenly this is becoming our story. So to give you an example, every time people come through here, every time, I watch people I've never even met before, and they will walk people through this 10,500 square foot house and tell them all of these stories about these different things on the wall over here. So you can do that at any bar anywhere. And what that does is it makes your guest, on the way to being a raving fan, the hero of the story. They know this. It's his story. It's her story. And now they're sharing with their friends and their guests. So these things are easy to set up, and they're woven through everything. I think the most important ingredient in a cocktail is the story. Why the hell is it on the list in the first place? What's cool and unique about an ingredient, about the origin story, about, you listen to some people. I was just in Mexico with Salvatore Calabrese. This guy tells a story about everything he does. This guy touches. So these are things that we as the operators can do to set people up to be storytellers. And there's an arc to stories. There's a formula to it. And I always say, if you're employing bartenders, servers, barbacks, you are giving them some of the greatest life skills. They're going to learn how to run an operation. And if your operation is just making people happy, you know how important it is as a husband or a father, as a neighbor, to be making people happy. You're going to teach people how to sell with dignity. And you're going to teach people how to market. And when you break these things out and teach these lessons, and then let them go to work, and then you're going to say, I'm going to give you a couple hundred people a day to practice on. And you're going to make your wages, and you're going to make tips. It's a pretty cool proposition.